Hello, everyone. I'm Larry Ridley. You're tuned into the NFL on EA Sports. It was a tremendous passing display that this man put on last week. Short, deep, intermediate. He made all the throws, and he had the yards to prove it, not to mention the win. He's riding high coming into this game. It's the Packers going up against the Vikings. With that, it's time to hook up with our commentators in the booth as we turn it over to Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Larry, in 2 years' time, it will host Super Bowl 52. You get a look inside the impressive new U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. Tonight, we've got a great Sunday night matchup between the Green Bay Packers and the Minnesota Vikings. Hi again, everyone. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. And, Charles, you look at this Vikings ball club. They come in off a good win on the road and now... They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He's got it complete to Stephon Diggs. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. And the offense lining up 1st and 10. They'll look to throw. Complete to right. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. Detroit! Detroit! They'll look to throw now on 1st down. Over the middle, he's got Treadwell. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Looking to throw. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a 1st down. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues.
He went full scale, loose, flexible, finding a way to catch the ball in some traffic for a key 1st down.
Yeah, really a nice job of adjusting to the ball in the air. Not the most accurate of throws, but able to adjust and make the grab. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. The ball carrier there, Adrian Peterson, he turned 31 back in March.
But after his return from knee surgery a few years ago, that incredible return, I don't think we look at his number the same way as we do a lot of running backs who turn 30.
Yeah, I agree. And right now, standing 17th all-time in the NFL rushing ranks.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. And after the play on the ground, that brings up 2nd down here.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good 1st down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on 1st down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
7 yards on the pickup there, and now they've got it 1st and goal. They've made goal line offense a priority on the practice field this week. This is exactly the situation they've been prepping for.
That's a good, nice, crisp run for a 1st down. I wonder if the defense might have been loosened up a little bit, maybe anticipating a pass instead of the run that they got.
He was trying to get it to Jerick McKinnon there. And now it's 2nd down. And the offense readies for play number 10 of this series. And here now it's 2nd and goal, ball on the 7-yard line. And a little bit of space there takes it inside the 5 to the 3. This is kind of one of those in-between plays here, Charles, on 3rd and goal from the 2 or the 3 in that area. What do you dial up?
Something quick hitting. You don't have the time for something that develops slowly. It's got to be right at them if you're going to run the football. And if you're going to throw it, something quick, get it out of your hands in a hurry.
Back to throw here. Eluding the pressure right. He's got his man. It's taken in for a Viking touchdown. Stephon Diggs His third touchdown now on the year. And the Vikings take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive. And now out comes Minnesota. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. Simple slant route, and partner, really nice hard throw by the quarterback.
Nice timing between the quarterback and the receiver. They were perfectly in sync, and he put it right on him on the inside route.
First down, here's a run with Peterson. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line.
I thought guys that were over 30 weren't supposed to run the football this well in the National Football League. How about that veteran leadership? A big-time run combined with some nice...
Looking for his tight end Rudolph, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Morgan Burnett, and his guys will take over. Back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. His throw incomplete. Johnson the intended target, and it's second down. 2 seconds to go, first quarter.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
And his throw here's incomplete. Back now with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Second quarter begins with the Vikings holding the football. They've got it 3rd and 10 here to start things out.
Back to the Philly. Here we go.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. The completion good for Foley. And now out comes Minnesota. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage. Big guys up front.
And he'll be hit from behind and taken down. Mike Daniels in there to sack him for a loss of 6. Boy, he came in off the edge so quickly there.
Look out, because that's exactly what it was being shouted by the offensive lineman to his quarterback, because he had no chance to block him.
Michael Pruitt, the big tight end, his intended receiver. And it's 3rd down. And the offense looking to pick up the first down after the second down incompletion.
Today's NFL, these big guys are featured receivers. They move them all over the place to try and find good matchups. And they had one. They were just unable to complete the pass.
And he's able to find Diggs.
Personal foul, face mask, defense.
Got the hand caught up in the grill of the face mask, 15-yard penalty.
So tough for a defender. You're trying so hard to make a play, and the way that these offensive guys can move around, sometimes your hand gets into the wrong place.
Following the penalty, it's Peterson. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
A 1-yard gain can look like a disaster, but it all depends on how the game is going. Is it a series of 1-yard gains running the ball? If that's the case, you might have to start thinking about throwing it a little bit more. But if it's just the occasional 1-yard run, hey, congratulations.
Touchdown, Vikings! Stephon Diggs with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Vikings are going to add on to their lead. The Vikings offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And they were able to punch it in the end zone last time. They'll be looking to do that again here for the defense. Obviously, they'll be looking to stop them from punching it back in the end zone.
It always is punch-counter-punch, isn't it? And which team has the advantage? Well, let's just go back. Last time on offense, they rolled downfield, got into a good rhythm. You can see a little more bounce in and out of the huddle. You can see the sideline really get into the game. So defensively, you're thinking to yourself, how do we take that away from them? How do we get the advantage back? Let's see what they come up with.
And that's caught inside the 35. Touchdown, Vikings. Stephon Diggs on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Vikings get the quick strike touchdown. So not only is that his third touchdown catch of the game, he's done it here in the first half.
I'm not sure defensively what they're going to come up with to slow him down.
And now out comes Minnesota. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
And it takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan and thought there were some holes in the defense, and they exploited them the last time out. Let's see if they can come back and put together a similar drive.
And we'll see if they can do just that. On second down, Peterson. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to third down.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
He'll drop to throw. Oh, they would have gotten the conversion if he could hold on. Instead, the drop means it'll be fourth down.
Holding offense.
Now the Vikings offense works their way back onto the field. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you called before, realize it hasn't worked
so well. Go to something else.
And maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. And let's see the Packers defensively 6 DBs, so a dime look on third.
Could play coverage or bring pressure.
Cordero Patterson. Touchdown, Vikings. Cordero Patterson. His first touchdown of the new season. And the Vikings find a way to stretch their lead.
Heard a coach talk about those late in the
It's the Vikings' turn on offense. We get ready for their first possession of the second half. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened before, replicate it. They may have to make a few additional changes along the way because I'm sure the defense will make some adjustments, but they've got to have great confidence having scored the last time out.
They run again with Peterson. And the spin looked pretty, but more for style points as the real estate evaporated quickly there.
You know how we get focused at end of the half and into the game situations about how much time's on the board and, you know, what you need to do? Sometimes you don't have to worry about that. That's just smart football. You know, that kind of a lead, staying in bounds, it burns clock, even in a situation that we're not really focused on it.
So with a yardage on that completion, he's now right at exactly 300 yards on the game.
And isn't that the magic number you get? Right? 300. That means it's going to go on a commemorative football to put on your mantle when they give you the game ball if your team wins. So much confidence flowing through him right now, throwing the football. I think it's permeated itself throughout the entire team. They feel good about what they're doing.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And this one to Treadwell, complete. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot.
Brandon, we did watch him play well on tape last week, and it was a lot of fun to watch. And he put together some nice numbers, some really nifty plays, and he's doing it again this week. And what I'm seeing is the rest of his team starting to rise in confidence as well.
Rubbing off a little bit?
I think so, and I think that they're buying into him. They believe in him as their leader, which means that they're going to play better, try to make some better plays for him. I think we've seen that throughout this contest.
Those numbers certainly back you up. And this is incomplete. The Vikings unable to convert here on 4th. The Vikings offense now heading out to take over. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned into 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right?
Now he'll be wrapped up around the waist. chased and pushed down. Julius Peppers in there to drop him with his first sack of 2016. Now it's AP, Adrian Peterson. And a short pickup there as he'll take this up to right around the 20. They get just a yard back there, and now they'll be looking at a tough 3rd and 15.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your...
And now out comes Minnesota. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. And he's brought down after a good game. A very nice pickup of 33 yards.
Remember how much we enjoyed watching him last week?
It's the same thing this week. Look at those numbers.
I'd hate to be a defender right now because no matter what they're throwing at him in terms of coverages, he's finding ways to defeat it. And even when he's covered, he's not covered. Hey, what is he doing? What's that term they use? He's uncovering and making big catches. Really fun to watch.
Second down here after the incomplete pass.
After watching him drop that slant, I can hear my old coach's voice ringing in my ears right now. You can't run with the ball until you catch it. Trying to get those rack yards before he secured it.
9 yards on the pickup there as they'll be left with 3rd and 1. And in this situation with a lead fourth quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line. Everyone understood their role on that play. 3rd and 1, you know the defensive guys, they're trying to get down and get low and get leverage on the offensive lineman, but they didn't allow that to happen. They created a crease and allowed him to get through for a first down.
Stephon Diggs, his intended receiver, and that'll bring up 2nd down. They run with Peterson. He's been busy tonight. Only a yard on the pickup there, so it leaves them needing a conversion here on 3rd and a tough 9. Now play number 7 of this drive, but it's a tough 3rd and 9. Now the Georgia Southern man. This is Jerick McKinnon. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll bring up 4th down. Now the Vikings offense gets set to take over here. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that. And they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. It's a gain of about 3, but it's going to leave them with 3rd and still 7 yards to go. 7 yards remain now on 3rd down. The fourth quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try.
And now out comes Minnesota. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line. That one goes for 36 yards.
All right, I've got to be careful here. All right, he's on the plus side of 30. There may be a little gray in the beard, but that's not slowing down his speed as far as he's concerned.
What are you saying? I'm on the plus side of 30.
Well, if you're on the plus side of 30, you don't know what I'm on the plus side of. All I know is that run right there let us know there's still some life in those legs.
Absolutely. Still got a lot of life left in those legs. And they're going to speed things up here. They'll run it now out of the gun. Shrugs the tackle.
Nice.
He takes us down to about the 12 for a gain of 3. Sam Shields, the one that got him down. So 3rd and 2, and I count 6 defensive backs out there. They'll look to throw here. Now they go screen. It's complete. And this play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back. Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I've never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT.
And now a timeout coming from the defensive side for the Packers. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. They give it to Peterson. And he went nowhere. And now the Packers going to take another timeout. And now following that timeout, the defense back out onto the field. Again, Peterson. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. So the defense had a chance to catch their breath, and now they're back out and ready. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. It looks like the Packers have added an extra DB on 3rd down. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. And a tough ask here. They're going to go for it on 4th down and 9. Running for it. Here's Peterson. And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes it down to the 16. Give him 14 on the play. And on 4th down, they're able to convert and move the sticks.
And there's your dagger right there. I tell you, there's a lot of coaches in the league that would not have gone for it on 4th down. But with a 2-score lead, they roll the dice. Get the first down, and that should be enough to salt this one away.
And off comes to Peterson. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. And defensively, it's a nickel formation here on 3rd down and 9. Here's Peterson. Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a 4th down. So it looks like the offense isn't going anywhere. They're going to go for it on 4th and 7. And we're back. The offense had a chance to talk things over. We'll see what they come up with here on this next play. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. They'll set up a throw. And this will be caught. We'll forget taking the knee. So late gamesmanship here as they throw for a late touchdown. They were still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now that lead even more comfortable.
And your first thought is there bad blood that went into this one ahead of time, that maybe they're seeking some revenge or they just don't like them? But
so congratulations, my friend, to the Vikings, winners at their first ever regular season game at U.S. Bank Stadium.
How about that? They've been waiting for this for a little while now, because remember, they were displaced in a sense, had to play at the college stadium for a while, but now they have their home back, and boy, is it a beauty.
So for the Vikings, it's a win here in their home opener as they move to 2-0. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Carolina Panthers. Meanwhile, for the Packers, they'll fall to 1-1. And they'll get a home date next week against the Detroit Lions. So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. The Vikings are winners in the regular season debut of U.S. Bank Stadium as we say goodnight and so long from Minneapolis.